How's it going, guys? I am here at the end of Act 9. I've got one more thing to go here. I'll give you an update on the build, but first I want to cover some new stuff. Patch 3.14.3 has dropped, which gave us a performance upgrade to the internal engine and some technical changes. I'm not going to read through this. I can link the thread in the description of the video if you would like to read it. But I'm going to show the things that jumped out to me. So I guess the big thing is they've changed the performance graphs. There used to be 3 different kinds, and now there's a much more detailed one that shows a lot more things here, which is pretty neat. But I'm still keeping it on latency because the way my internet situation is, it's like latency. Like I need to be able to see if I'm having latency issues, so I can react to them in game. So that's the main thing I'm trying to keep an eye on, is my latency graph. So that's that. Now in the options, we've gotten some of the things pulled out of the UI tab. The loot filters and key pickup and things all used to be in the UI tab, and that's been pulled out to the game tab. And I thought that was pretty cool. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna mention about that. Still playing around with it. I haven't had any issues as of now. So look at passive tree. I think I left off. I was still pushing out to here. I have pushed out to get charisma, and once I was able to get charisma, this 12% reduced restoration of skills, and I got a conqueror's efficiency, so I can now run my vitality again. But it wasn't quite that simple, because I had to switch Flame Dash and my Enduring Cry and my Void Sphere all to have Life Tap linked to them. So I used all the fusings I have and all the chromes I had to get to this point. So I've got Enduring Cry and Void Sphere linked to Life Tap. So now those are costing life instead. And then I have Flame Dash, Arcane Surge, Second Wind linked to Life Tap as well. So none of that's pulling from the mana. The only thing pulling from my mana is the Frenzy. That's still level 1, so it's not increasing in mana cost. Linked with Hex Touch Vulnerability. And Hex Touch does not have a mana multiplier, so this is only costing me 9 mana because I have reduced mana cost of skills on the tree. Nothing else has really changed. I'm still playing with the same. I did upgraded gloves, upgraded belt. I really want to get the shield replaced, but I know the +1 level of physical spell gems is pretty huge for my damage. At 11,244, 9,661. So, like, there's nothing else really going for this other than the 18% implicit spell damage. So, that's where that is. I dropped the mana flask because, like, I'm not, like, it's pretty hard for me to run out of mana, even with 50 something, just using frenzy. Even once I get the frenzy charges, and it starts attacking faster as well. Only other thing here, I replaced the jewel I had here. I am now corrupting blood immune because of this, and then I just recently, like, I had so much life. Like, I'm normally hitting maps on most builds with like 2.5k life, so I dropped these 3 nodes to help myself push over here towards Force Master. So what I'm going to be working on is trying to get up here, so once I get my Uber Lab, I can just, like, start dropping stuff I don't need off, and still be connected to the Shadow Start. Yep, that's where it's at. So let's go. Yeah. Also now, since I've got my Flame Dash and stuff linked to Life Tap, I can sometimes manage to refresh my Corrupting Fever. And if I would have had more fusings and whatnot, I would have tried to, like, get the Corrupting Fever linked into something to give it more damage. But it's also not super necessary. Like, I'm super tanky. I've got a Granite and Jade Flask. Yeah, like, damage is still just fine. I feel like this is just gonna go the same way. I really wanted to get the helmet four-linked so that I could slap in a second wind on there to lower the... Oof. That slap hurt. What happens when you run out of flasks, though? I don't know if I can get 2 uses out of the Void Sphere with a second wind, like I can my Enduring Cry. It's just something I do want for the Enduring Cry. But we'll see once I keep grinding it closer to finish, like filling out gym sockets. I still got 1, 2, 3, 5, 6. I've got 7 gym sockets available still. 3 in here, 1 here, and 3 in the shield. So I've still got things there. One of those might end up being a oh, what's it called?
Your question. Well, I suppose
The
you'll be wanting a
Tempest Shield for the extra block, because I haven't pushed into the block stuff yet. I will update later with where we're at with it. We are in business now. I dropped a print, so I've been focusing on like running my heists, and I dropped myself a Tabula. So that allowed me to throw in chain to the mix. That also increased the mana reservation of Spellslinger from 30.42 to 45.63. So I had to drop the vitality that I was running, and I've been leveling a new one. And because of that, I also needed some cold res on Amulet with a little bit of intelligence. So I pulled out all the amulets and stuff. I haven't upgraded gear in a while. I've just been dumping stuff. So, gonna show off how this is going. Passive tree wise, I've just continued pushing up into here. Nothing too much else has changed. Only gotten 1 of the Uber Lab trials, but I also haven't been running maps. So yeah, now I just, in this haunted ritual, I'm not doing haunted rituals. So I'm playing softcore now. I can do that, it's just like ingrained in my brain. That's the one you don't do. I'm also still deathless on this character, so I don't want to change that, but oh, the chain, it's so good. It's so good. I also got the links all set up so that I have
no glory in making a full round.
a 3-link Corrupting Fever now. Like doubled the damage of it, pretty much. It's linked with Brutality and Efficacy. And then, yeah, I got Second Wind on the Void Sphere. Enduring Cry, Life Tap. So I'm still only using mana for the Frenzy, and it's just not causing any issues. And if I have Arcane Surge, oh, okay, I'm not getting Arcane Surge. Oh, well, okay, I just figured that out. So I'm not getting Arcane Surge at all. Ultimatums were kind of sketch before, but oh, like now it's just gonna eat these things up. The Void Sphere is just, in ultimatums, it sucks stuff up so well, and like I throw it down once things get kind of crazy. And I also started leveling Exsanguinates in my offhands, so that I can try and corrupt these for additional gym level once I get them to 20.
Vengeance is cold indeed.
Yeah, I'm very happy now. The crazy thing is, I didn't just drop 1 Tabula, I dropped 2 Tabulas. Heists are crazy for uniques. I haven't found Tane yet, so I can't anoint anything. I'm not quite sure what I'm... Level 21 Tempest Shield? Okay. Speaking of Tempest Shield, I haven't invested in the block anymore at all. If I was playing in hardcore, I probably would have invested more in the block than the damage. Especially with, like, a Tabula, because, yeah.
Enjoy the fruits of your labor.
We're rolling at this point.
We shall meet again.
Go do the boss. The chain is not affecting the damage at all, except from the initial hit. So it's really only going to affect the amount of the buff that Cruelty gives, because that's based on the hit. Yeah, Cruelty makes all supported skills by Cruelty up to 50% more damage over time based on the amount of damage in the hit. So Chain, I'm doing 15% less damage with hits, but it's 14,431 physical damage per second. Take this off. Still 14,431. Pretty awesome. Really happy with how things are going. It's gonna cruise now. I mean, I can still get a way better shield, as well as, like, I can definitely get a better wand as well. So it's in a really good place. And I'll update again once more as I keep going. So I ran into a little bit of an issue. I ran out of maps. That kind of blows. So I'm gonna have to go farming in the acts for maps. And yeah, so update on the character. Not too much has changed. I just went through all my gear and stuff. And got a bunch of jewelry from all the heists I was doing. And I found this unset ring that I was able to throw in. Still using this garbage shield. Didn't find anything to replace that. But I threw my pride in this unset ring. Plus 2 socketed gems. Gives me 1% extra damage. So that's there. And the build is so much fun to play. For real. It's like Frostblades, but it doesn't suck and it makes this squishy sound. I'm having a blast with it. Excited to, like, keep pushing it along. I really don't know what I want to do with a 6th socket here. Like, I don't know what I could even put in there aside from, like, an Enlighten, which I'm gonna have to find that somewhere. And then the rest of the gym sockets, maybe some kind of maybe grab a Vol Grace. Cast when damage taken something. I could probably get away with a cast when damage taken in Feeble instead of an Immortal Call. Because I'm only cursing, like, on single target. Pretty much with the vulnerability. Passive tree. I pushed up here into Growth and Decay, and I got no witnesses, so I'm getting Elusive on kill. I pulled out of these 2 nodes right here, and these 2 nodes right here to do that. It was just a little bit more efficient. So I have those nodes to fall back on. I think my next play is to push up to the Shadow Start, so once I get to Uber Lab, I can break all of this stuff out. And what else? Yeah, show and tell stuff. What cool stuff did I find? I got another blueprint. I got a 5-link Cane of Unraveling, which this can take me to red maps on an Occultist or a Trickster easily. And I got a Wise Oak. 20 quality Bone Offering. Which is something I thought about using, but I didn't go with the Necro route. This would give me attack and spell block, which would be pretty nice. I got level 20 quality Fireball, 20 quality Berserk, 20 quality crit damage. Got 3 Corrupting Blood Jewels now. This one's got damage and resistances. I think the one I'm using here, that's, well, just spell damage. So I've also, like, I still got this garbage tier jewel in. I have one spot off one here. I did, like, start filling up the jewel bank. Do I have any with life? Yeah, I got one with life here. Faith and some resistances, so maybe that's the play to throw this in. But I need this bank of jewels so that I can just, like, spam harvest crafts on stuff and hope to get something. And yeah, I think that's where I'm gonna leave this one. Tomorrow, actually, like, get some maps and progression in. Yeah, that's gonna be it. And I'll see you tomorrow.